All right, speaking of character, I don't think a carjacker, now maybe I'm wrong, but I think if you're involved in carjacking, you're inherently a rotten human being. You know what, and I get it, people get desperate, but I do think carjacking makes you a rotten human being. So in L.A., Agora Hills, which is a nice area, there was a carjacking. Let's have a look here, shall we? There you go.
Get out of the car! Get out! Get out of the car! Stop! Get out! Get out of the car!
What the Grab her. What the
What is the matter with you? Call 911!
Call 911.
She literally must have taken 10
What
calls.
the hell?
3 guys are holding her down. 2 guys hit her.
What is the matter with you?
Please hit
Do you understand?
Do you know how many people you almost just killed?
Finally, like how long into that was it where somebody finally said, hey, call 911? Right? Like, I don't know. How about a dude's jacking a car, call 911? Right? Is that so ridiculous? You know, I get tired also. I'm tired today, apparently. I get tired of people holding cameras instead of stepping in. I don't want to step in the middle of that, but people are nuts. People are completely out of their minds, so that didn't go well. All right, I don't know if you saw this, but after being tackled and being arrested in front of 56,000 spectators, an idiot fan of the Los Angeles Dodgers, you see him being tackled right there, he was going to propose to his wife, right? So this guy is now part of a GoFundMe aimed at paying for his wedding. Let me tell you something. Here's what should happen. So this clown ran on the Dodger Stadium, was going to get on one knee, propose to his wife. You see security right there, tackles this idiot. Here's what should happen. The GoFundMe should go negative. People should be able to draw from his account. They should say, look, clown, I came there for a baseball game. Your fat ass got out there. You wanted to kneel down. You got tackled in the middle of the outfield. You owe us money. That's it. You owe us money. You owe us. So we're going to take money from you. There will be some dummy that will give this idiot money, and that's fine. But it should be, hey, look, pal, I went to the game. I don't need this. I don't need your grandstanding in my life. You want to be an idiot at a game? Do yourself. Put it on the Dodger Spectrum or Dodger Jumbotron and say, look, other fat lady, marry me. Other idiot, if you're dumb enough to marry this guy, then you're really stupid. So don't give these people money. No. Hell no. Don't do it. Don't give them money. Take their money. Venmo them. Tell this guy that he owes you $30 for your time. Reverse Venmo. Reverse GoFundMe. I ain't mad at reverse GoFundMe. And how dumb is this woman going to marry this clown? I get it, desperate times, desperate measures, and you got to marry somebody eventually, so you might as well marry some clown that's going to run on the field because he loves me. He loves me. He loves me. That's why I'm running on the field. Oh, my God, he loves me so much. Lee, if I run on the field and propose, divorce me, will you? Yeah. All right. She's sitting over there getting ready. Lee's got a big game tonight. Michigan State, Big Ten Network. That's right. The best broadcaster in women's softball is going to be at it again, at least according to Tucker Barnhart, catcher for the Cubs. He was watching Lee do a game. He's like, man, she's better than anybody because Lee will tell you exactly what the hell's going on. All these other ladies on ESPN try to get into, well, you know, the philosophy. They don't know. Lee knows. She coached, so she'll tell you what's going on. Not some made-up philosophy by some hairspray on ESPN doing women's softball. There, I said it. What? That's it. They're all hairsprays. Here, put my extensions in. I'm going on with Holly. Lee's going to tell you what's real. And if you watch tonight, you're going to learn a lot about softball. You're going to learn about the strategy of softball. It's like Steve Stone doing a game. You're going to learn, not some hairspray talk. Well, you know the philosophy. Shut up. Don't even get me started. Oh, I guess you did get me started. Apparently, Kid Rock unhappy, ladies and gentlemen, about Bud Light having that Dylan Mulvaney, the fake woman, who, by the way, still has a crank. Now, look, she celebrated 365 days of what? Dressing up like a woman? The day that the day that dude bleeds with a period or has a baby or gets pregnant is the day I'll believe she's a woman. He's a woman, it's a woman, whatever it calls himself. But somehow, some way, Bud Light, if you don't know the story, has decided to celebrate her. Now, I think it's a little overblown. We have sources, do we not, inside Bud Light, Lee, that say it's kind of overblown. It's not necessarily going to be Dylan Mulvaney being the spokesperson for Bud Light, but I don't care. The fact that it is even involved means I ain't buying Bud Light, but I like Mango Cart. It's a dilemma. Mango Cart's my summer beer. It's made by Budweiser, so guess what? I'm going with Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. That's right. I stand up for causes, people. So does Kid Rock. Me and Kid Rock, baby. I saw your picture today. Let's hear from Kid Rock.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible. Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Well, apparently Kid Rock is not happy with Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch, and I'm all for it. Look, I'm all for it. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Why should anybody be happy? Why should anybody ever, I'm putting this on Twitter because it was just too good. Why should anybody be happy with a female impersonator who's disrespecting real women being rewarded for disrespecting real women? Answer me that question. Who should be happy about that? How did this even start? Where did this even come from? Will somebody explain it to me? I'll hang up and listen. Somebody explain to me what Dylan Mulvaney is and why Dylan Mulvaney became a thing that rides on Air Force One that is, I don't know, a thing. Why? How? There's nothing that draws. Sometimes people are weird, but it draws you to them. It draws it draws you to them. They got something about them that you go, you know what? That person is odd, but I'm kind of down with it. I don't know why. I like weirdness. I like odd people. I like people that are interesting. But this Mulvaney isn't interesting. It's just a clown show. It's a freak show. It's dangerous. It's stupid. It's mental disease. But hey, all right, I guess this is the world we live in. Let's show Kid Rock shooting it up again, can we? There's something cool about Kid Rock. You ever go to his show? He's pretty good. He's really good. He's great, actually. And something about an angry grandpa shooting an automatic weapon at beer cans that I just kind of dig. It reminds me of my mother-in-law, the great Sandy Ross. Let's have a look here.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible. Bud Light, and Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Look at that in the middle. 365 days of being a fake woman, of being a freak show. And that's what we're celebrating at Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light. Right there. Look at that in the middle. Put some lipstick on, put some beads on, grow your hair. Not a woman. Right there in the middle, being celebrated to that level. You want to walk around like that? Who cares? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. You want to walk around, you want to go on TV shows? Great. But why do we have to have, why can't you find a real woman? Why can't you find a woman like my wife? Why can't you find a woman like Sage Steele? Why can't you find a woman, I don't know. Why can't we find real women to represent products? Why do we have to go with a fraud? Why do we have to go with somebody that is so disrespectful to women? It's sickening. I'm not buying Bud Light. I'm not buying it ever again. I got into a thing where I like Bud Light Lime, Bud Light Orange, Bud Light Lemon. I really got into it a couple years ago, hanging out by our pool. I did. I liked it. Screw you, Bud Light. I'm with you. I don't have that kind of gun. We got a gun now to protect ourselves, but I got to tell you, screw you, Bud Light. Yeah, you know. All right, here's the deal. Reese Lechner is 10 years old. Reese Lechner on February 27th signed her first name, image, or likeness deal with the Performance Center, a gym in Stewardville. She was going to be coming in to us for training and then brought up the concept of NFL. It was a really interesting learning experience for both of us because it was a brand new concept. It was kind of a unique situation that allowed us to gain experience and gain something out of it. Youth athletes securing NIL deals wasn't given much thought, but a couple high school girls have. So some little 10-year-old whose mommy was a former player, basketball player, Hannah Gary Lechner, there you go. So some little 10-year-old gets an NIL deal. She plays with the Missouri Fury, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. We've seen this before. We saw this in Indiana. There was a young lady who was a great, apparently, supposedly, softball player at Carmel High School. Big articles written about her. Her dad was a complete jackass. In fact, her dad would get thrown out of numerous games. I don't know where she ended up. She supposedly signed with like Washington or somewhere to play softball, never to be heard from again. 10-year-olds don't need name, image, and likeness deals. I don't care if you do it. Doesn't matter to me. No skin off my backside, as they say. But the truth of the matter is 10-year-olds don't need name, image, and likeness deals. 10-year-olds need to pick boogers, run around, play tag, and figure it all out. How old was that girl when she started lecturing us on climate change? What was her name? Greta Thunberg. What was she, like 10? Look, forgive me for not having intellectual respect for 10-year-olds endorsing products or telling me about climate change. I was a 10-year-old. Pick boogers, not yet chasing girls, seriously. Play baseball, basketball, football, have a great time. Take your NIL deal, I guess. It's all good. A teacher in school actually did this. I want to see Lee Ross, how she would have handled this, because Lee Ross, my wife, was a stud athlete. Lee Ross was better than the boys. So you know what would happen with some of these clown teachers now, right? These clown teachers would probably have tried to tell her that she was supposed to be a boy.
For sure.
You just said for sure?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I could only imagine Lee Ross's mother, the great Sandy Ross, leaving a bunch of bodies in the wake at Whitmer High School or Whitmer Elementary in Toledo when some idiot teacher decides that, hey, you should be a boy, so we're going to give you a chest binder. Look at these clowns here. Look at these clowns. A teacher actually boasted about offering chest binders. We don't have the video, do we? this goof on the
I teach
right.
in an explicitly trans-affirming high school. We have gender support plans. We have a gender-affirming wardrobe at our school. We have binders on demand for our students, and other shapewear can easily be ordered. We have students that express themselves in all manner of different ways, and I couldn't be prouder to work at a school that's so amazing. If you would like to have your school also be an explicitly trans-affirming school, let me know. Maybe we can figure something out.
That man is a pervert. That man should never be around children. That man should, I don't know if he should be in jail, but let me tell you, if my daughter would have come home, that guy would have had a serious physical problem. He would. Because he's not as smart, he's not as woke, and he shouldn't be interfering in the lives of children, particularly about their sexuality. He just should not be. There's no reason for that guy spreading that kind of stupidity. I can only imagine, I'm trying to think, Shelley Meyer, because Gigi, Urban's daughter, was a great little athlete. I can only imagine this clown trying to secretly make her into a boy. Shelley Meyer, crazy. Sandy Ross doing that to Lee. Lee, her daughter Tegan, is a great softball player at Harvard. Can you imagine, the little Catholic school guy telling Tegan Shaw, you need a chest binder, or we need to talk about whether you're a boy or not? Lee would have gone in there and tore it up, and I'd have been right with her. These jackasses should not interfere in children's lives. They're not equipped. They don't have they're sick people. They're absolutely sick. That teacher is sick. These people are sick. It is not their business. It should not be their business. And don't hit me with the freaking attack on transgender. There is no attack on transgender if you actually pay attention to the legislation that is trying to be passed. There is no attack on transgender. There are guidelines being put in on transgender. Oh, I don't know, like idiot teachers not discussing sexual identity ever with kids that aren't their children. That's an attack, my ass. How about this? 6th grade and under, we're not talking about sex in schools. That's an attack, my backside. How about this? How about we say under 18, you've got to have 2 mental health specialists diagnose you with transgender dysphoria and parental consent. That's not an attack, that's common sense. There is no attack. These idiots are making it up so that we, sensible people, we people that understand the world, the actual world, and don't have these sicknesses inside us, back down. We ain't backing down to this crap. Pass more legislation that puts more rails on it. And don't tell me about suicide. We have seen suicide on both sides. We have seen certainly kids feeling like they're not who they are commit suicide. We've also seen it where kids went too early into transgender mode and felt uncomfortable enough to commit suicide. So stop with that crap. All it is when they say attack is to scare people like you, people like me, away from going up against what is not an attack. It's just real. You should have parental consent to change your sex, you idiots. You should have 2 doctors verify that you have dysphoria or whatever the hell made up word it is. You should. And teachers like that should be banned from ever being around children. They should have to register as sex offenders for doing what that teacher put out. Hey, thanks for watching Don't At Me with me, Dan Dockich. Make sure to like, subscribe, or click the notification bell for more of my beautiful face. Check out my full show to my right, or watch this other video. See ya.